Hey everyone, it's Camfrey15, and I'm back with another video. I'm here for another My Hero Academia Season 4 review. Yeah, let's talk about it because today's episode was really, something. One, it was the first new content we got, and really, you know, it's gonna look like this season's gonna be a good season. So a quick update before I get to the review. Um, I'm uploading this review late because I had a football game like this morning, so I could not be able to do that. And then two, another update. I said I would update you guys about the, subscription, stuff like that with Crunchyroll and stuff like that. I checked basically this morning, and from what I saw on Crunchyroll and Funimation, if you did not see or have access to My Hero Academia Episode 1, you are able to access it if you do not have a subscription for both Crunchyroll or Funimation. So, from what it's looking like, every episode or after every new episode comes out, the premium tag will come off it. So that means you'll have to wait basically two basically a full week to get the episode you want to see. But I highly, how would I say? I highly don't think people see the episodes, but just telling you for those few that didn't get a chance to see it, you can now see it on Crunchyroll and Funimation, whether whether it's English dub or English subbed. As Crunchyroll, it's only subbed, but you're able to now watch episode 1. So as the weeks go by, you'll get more episodes basically unlocked up the premium tag. I personally think they should do it like maybe the day after, but hey, that's their reasoning, not mine. But anyways, we're not here to talk about premium tags on Crunchyroll and Funimation. We're here to talk about My Hero Academia, and that's My Hero Academia Season 4, Episode 2, titled Overhaul. And man, did Overhaul put in some work in this episode. So, I took some notes. I actually watched this episode 3 different times. I watched it once I got up. I watched the English dub version um, in the afternoon before my football game started. And then I watched it again just to get an overall analysis and take some more notes. I really take some notes so I don't forget some things. So, anyways, the episode starts off with Deku calling Gran Torino, who you remember all the way back from season 2. He did show up in season 3, but yeah, Deku calls Gran Torino to see if he would take him under his wing for the work study internship. And Gran Torino basically tells him like, "Why are you asking me when you could go ask All Might? Because he's got, I guess, more well-known accomplices." And basically, he recommends to Deku that he asks All Might about Sir Night Eye, which is one of the main characters this season. So yeah. So after the intro, we cut to what the League of Villains and what Shigarachi and the League of Villains are doing with Overhaul. So we kind of get some information on Overhaul this episode. So for one, Overhaul is called a Yakuza, and he's from like a group called the Yakuza, and he is the head of the Hakashi, which is basically an organized underground crime, organization. And basically, they went into hiding, or their era ended really after All Might showed up, because All Might was basically around town being a hero and stuff like that. So yeah, it was interesting to see that stuff like that, and really, Overhaul wasn't there for to talk about All Might or stuff like that. He talked a little bit about All for One, and basically his whole point is like, the question is this, and he was asking the questions, especially to Shigarachi. He was like, so you guys are obviously going to need a new leader because, your big boss is been taken down and he's in Tartarus right now. Um, so basically, through some dialogue, he basically tells Shigarashi to his face, like, look, I should be the next leader for the League of Villains and stuff like that. And he really goes into depth and questions, the leadership of Shigarashi and what he had after Shigarashi basically told him, like, nah, bro. I'm the leader of the League of Villains. I'm going to lead these guys and stuff like that. And basically overall was like, well, you lost Muscular and you lost the dude who had the metal teeth. I forgot if he mentioned if there was a third guy they lost, but he basically mentioned those two guys and how they were basically two of the top, strongest villains they had on their team. And, basically they lost him and they got arrested for them. They lost them and stuff like that. And Overhaul was basically pointing out the issues is having. And he was basically, questioning what type of leadership Shigarashi has. So, anyways, Overhaul basically through that same dialogue says like he has an apparent plan set up. He just needs the money to do this. Now, arguably, I'm guessing one part of his plan is involving that mysterious girl. So yeah. But really, after he kind of somehow ticks Shigarashi off, and Shigarashi says, "Just get out of here, leave. We don't want to deal with your type anymore." The guy with the magnet stick, who basically beat the hell out of one of the Wild Pussycats back in season 3, I don't know his name, but Tomoro, not Tomoro, what is it? Crazy Girl with the Knife. See, I forget so many. Toga. Called him Big Sis, Mag, and basically this dude tries to fight Overhaul, and the moment he, tries to fight him, Overhaul just like grazes his like forearm, and he explodes into nothingness. Now, I did read, like I said in my last review, I saw a little bit of the manga. I was shocked when I saw that part, and now looking at this in the anime, that was the goriest scene in My Hero Academia in the anime up to this point. Um, and you can just see it. It looked like it was raining blood after that was, doing that. And I'm like, they actually showed that on Airways. Wow. So I guess if you're an anime only fan, if you haven't been hearing, My Hero Academia season 4 is going to be a very dark season. That defined, darkness to a level. That is something like you see on like, late night TV shows or something like at 9 o'clock. I saw that, I was like, wow, and stuff like that. So after that, the League of Villains are all shook right now, and they're like, this mofo really just touched him and made him blow apart. So Compass tries to go in and fight him himself. Now, Shigarashi tries to stop him, but it's already too late. And apparently, apparently they showed a scene. I didn't see it when I first woke up. When I first saw the first 2 showtimes watching it, but in my third showtime, I saw that Compass was shot and had something stuck in his arm, and apparently, it made him not be able to use his quirk powers. And he basically was lucky he didn't end up like the magnet guy. You know, he just loses an arm. So, not Shigarashi, Overhaul has some kind of quirk ability. I don't know what it is. They didn't explain it in this episode. It's going to be explained probably in a future episode down the road. But Overhaul is looking like if you touch him, he will make you basically explode on impact. So this guy is very threatening. Another thing I gotta say before the magnet guy passed away, they cut away to this scene where he was doing this dialogue, saying how he was talking to his friend, and he was referring to her as a she. I don't know if you watched that scene closely, but that she had a beard, like a legit. You could see the lines as if the person had a beard. I'm like, you sure that's a woman? Cause that's a man. Now, I don't know what the hell Toga called him Big Sis Mag. I'm not judging. I'm not gonna go into stereotypes right now. I'm not gonna do that, but I'm just gonna say that was a little sus, and that was a little weird, and okay. So, anyways, after that, Shigarachi tries to get in the action, and he almost gets Overhaul with his decay quirk, but one of Overhaul's men comes in and basically sacrifices their life, and then his whole crew bunces. And I'm guessing this is like, you know, I don't know much about these guys, but I heard this is basically like his little group, his group, and I heard after watching another few reviews, later on these guys will have pretty interesting fights with some characters and stuff like that. So it's going to be interesting to see how strong his little his side buddies are. So yeah, but basically Overhaul walks off and tells Shigarachi, look, when you cool down, let's talk again, because he wants to get a done deal. Now, after the middle, and that was basically caught up to, we get to the middle part of the episode. The rest of the middle part is basically talking about Deku getting to Sernai Eye. So basically, from some backstory, almost all the UA teachers and Principal Nezu, the little rat bear thing, whatever he is, basically, goes against and said no to first year students being able to do work studies, because they feel like, and All Might kind of really explained it when he was telling Deku, the reason why he felt like this is because he feels like it's too early for first year students to get that type of action in, and they have years of experience to go grow and stuff like that. And when Deku's talking to All Might, Deku asks All Might if he can, do a work study under Sir Night Eye, but All Might says no for three reasons. And one, like I said earlier, he was one of the teachers that was opposed to doing the work studies. Two, he wants Deku to work more on his shoot style technique, and also from the standpoint, he and Night Eye had a falling out. So I also did watch another review where we'll find out the reason to why they had a falling out. So it's going to be interesting from that standpoint why he fell out. Now he says he fell out. They had a falling out because I'm guessing All Might didn't take Sir Night Eye's word because he was warned about something. Maybe it's obviously had something to do with the condition he's in and stuff like that. So yeah. So basically, Deku basically in a little short monologue tells All Might why he wants to learn under Sir Night Eye, and basically they cut to the big three, Mirio, Nejire, and I gotta remember the last dude. Funny story, quick thing I gotta say this, especially when it comes to Nejire. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not trying to talk too much about this, but if you're one of those people that are very overreacting to the way Nejire looks and stuff like that, I'm just gonna say this. Guys, grow up, please. Look, it's just a TV show. It's not like they're real life or anything. So, if you're gonna blame the company Bones for, I guess, over-sexualizing Nejire, I'm just gonna say this. Go blame One Piece, then. Go blame Toei Animation on One Piece and how they over-sexualize all their characters. If you have an issue with just one girl in My Hero Academia, or a few of them in My Hero Academia being over-sexualized, look, it's an anime, it's a TV show. Let's calm down. There's many over-sexualized girls in all sorts of animes. Dragon Ball, One Piece, there's many other characters that have been very over sexualized. So for the people that are overreacting in some sort of way to Nejire, and I guess the way how big her you know what is? Calm down, guys. It isn't that big of a deal. Like, so what? She she has big boobs. Okay. Move on, just watch the TV. It ain't gonna change your viewing experience. And if you don't like it, just don't watch it then. It's not your law, it's your guys' loss, not mine. I'm not focused on, you know, animated characters, made up characters, body sections. I don't have time for that. So, if you're gonna complain about that, don't bother watching My Hero Academia anymore. I think that's personally stupid, and that there's an uproar over that concern. Look, it's just one character. Calm the hell down and move on. Look, so what? She has big boobs. Okay. It's not like you haven't seen girls in the real world have big boobs, okay? So, for people saying that's highly unrealistic, come on. You've seen girls have big boobs. I'm gonna move on from that because that's the last thing I need. For comment sections be pulling up about that issue. I just wanted to make it known how I feel on that point. So, anyways, he calls Mirio. All Might calls Mirio in to the to basically this little storage back room or whatever, and basically Mirio or All Might tells Mirio that you know he works under Sir Night Eye and stuff like that. And Mirio's been working under Sir Night Eye for about a year, and basically Mirio asks Deku like, "Yo, what is your deal? Why do you want to be a hero?" and stuff like that, or what type of hero do you want to be? And basically, Deku's whole reason at first, he was gonna give what he used to always say is how he wants to be a hero that wants to have a smile on his face, and the typical thing that All Might did. But then he realizes like, wait, no, I'm not trying to become like All Might. I want to be something better than All Might. And basically, his dumbed down reason, or basically his reason was after explaining, they cut back to flashbacks like his mom basically explaining to him how much she worries about him because of him doing certain things, and also goes back to the Kacchan thing, or Bakugo thing of how Bakugo doesn't want him to lose anymore, really. And basically, Deku just basically says, with a combination of both of those reasons, you know, I want to be the greatest hero, which, apparently he will later become at a point in time. So we're just following his journey and stuff like that. So basically, Mario's like, all right, that's fine. I'll introduce you to Sir Night Eye and stuff like that. We do get an interesting tidbit. All Might admits if he did not meet Deku, he would have chosen Mirio as his successor to be the next user of One for All. So yeah. It later does cut to I guess Deku getting ready for his apparent meeting with Sir Night Eye. And then two, you do see Todoroki and Bakugo, and they're walking to go take their retakes to get their provisional license, because if you remember from season 3, they failed their license exam test, so they're on their way to go take that and be able to pass. So we also get more revelations that Sir Night Eye is a very strict pro hero, where he basically, is very strict to not only himself, but he's very strict to his sidekicks. As well as Mirio being a sidekick, we do get a new character named Bubble Girl, who is another one of the sidekicks. And basically, Deku walks in, and I guess the Bubble Girl is in this contraption where she's just laughing and stuff like that. And basically, I think the one thing Mirio told him is that, all you got to do before you leave here is you got to make sure if Sir Night Eye basically laughs at you. So when Deku comes into the room, basically Night Eye gives a glare at him, and it's pretty intimidating for Deku. But at first, Deku knows that he is gonna make him laugh and stuff like that. So he starts shaking his hair, and then he puts up his face, and then he looks at Sir Night Eye with basically a replica of All Might's face, and basically the episode ends off with Sir Night Eye saying, "Are you mocking like All Might?" basically, and that's where it ends off. So Next week we will be getting I guess Sir Night Eye's test against Deku, or Deku's test against Sir Night Eye. And yeah, so other than that, I thought this week's episode was really good, and I can't wait for next week's episode. Also, I think for episode 4, I think they're going to go on a 1 week break. So yeah, so for episode 4, it's going to be not airing, which is scheduled for November 4th. It's not going to be airing then, but if I can check my calendar, yeah, it's not going to be airing. No, it's going to not be airing, November 2nd. It's going to be moved to November 9th from what I heard. So I think there's a 1 week delay, but other than that, that's it. Um, Very good episode. I can't wait for next week. I stopped the part I stopped at the manga was basically when I guess Deku runs into, you know, Overhaul at one point in the story. Um, that is pretty early on, and we're almost there for you anime only people. We're almost there. I think we're only like 2 episodes away. I think by the end of episode 4, that's what will show up. After that, it will be all brand new for me. So other than that, that's really it. So again, a really good episode. If you ask me, it was 10 out of 10 episode, really good. No issues here and there, stuff like that. And I can't wait to see what is next for Overhaul because he is impressive and he's threatening. So yeah, other than that, that is my review for My Hero Academia season 4 episode 2. So I'll be seeing you guys next Saturday for the next My Hero Academia review. So till then, this has been Cam for 15. If you like this video, leave a like. If there's a comment you want to make about something, and even about the little Nejire topic I talked about in like 2 minutes or something like that, leave it down in the comment section to what you feel about that. I would like to get your opinions, but again, let's not play the attacking game, please. Just give your point on why you have an issue, or if you don't have an issue with it, and please don't attack one another, because the last thing I need is fighting going on between people. And then if you want to get more My Hero Academia content, hit that subscribe button. You'll get every Saturday an upload episode of My Hero Academia season 4. So till then, guys, this has been Cam for 15, and I'm signing out. Check to see you guys on the next video.